Hey, hello. Today I want to talk to you about something that is beneficial for you. Number one, if you're a martial artist, if you're a boxer, if you do repetitive motions with the shoulder, okay? So um, I want to show you something that I've learned over the years that has definitely helped. I've helped people with this, and I've given what I'm sharing with you for free. I just want to love on you, and hopefully this will make some sense to you once I get into the details. Look, I've helped people with this same technique that were gonna go get surgery on their elbows and on their shoulders, and this particular process has helped them. So what is this process? I call it the proper building of the shoulder girdle. So let me explain to you what the shoulder girdle is. Okay, so first of all, you don't have a joint, a true joint in the shoulder, like you do have, joints right here and the elbow. A joint would be where there is a socket and a ball, and they attach to each other. But you don't have that in the shoulder. What you have is a clavicle that comes out, all right? And you can see, let me see, right there. Okay, right with this peak, all these muscles there. That's this bone that goes up, stops right here, okay? Then what you have is you have a big plate called the scapula that's back here, okay? That's all of this, all right? And then you have a bone that comes up and it makes a little ball behind this ball right here, and so it's kind of covered, all right? And then all these little strings come up and they attach to up here. So while everything attaches there isn't a true socket. You got a plate, one bone that comes out this way, so a plate in this, and then in here on this rotation you have the shoulder. That's why it can pop out really easily, right? Somebody hits you right here, extends your arm this way, and pop! What's gonna happen is that whole thing just pops out. Matter of fact, when some kids are young, they try to get away from their parents because they're walking, and then they pull, and the socket will just, the area will just pop. Okay, enough anatomy and physiology. Now you know, if you've ever suffered pain in your shoulders, if you've ever suffered, where you're doing a sport and you can't do that because you gotta rest. This happens to bodybuilders, all kinds of people. So let's build strength around that. So the shoulder girdle, I just talked about the shoulder. You have three muscles: front, middle, and this little tiny muscle right here is the back one, okay? And then you have the lat, which starts right here where your butt attaches. It runs up and then it comes across to this piece, okay? And then it fans out underneath all the way behind the plate as well, okay? Then you have the three muscles in the chest. One, lower pec, middle pec, that goes under and attaches underneath. And then you have the upper one that comes and kind of snakes around a little bit, all right? And you got the trapezoid that covers that whole plate. And that's it for the shoulder girdle. You have a couple minor muscles underneath here that look like three little ribs that stick out. Those are abductors, and then you have your abs to support the rest of the system. So basically what you have is that your shoulder is attached to your butt by the lat that comes all the way down, and then these are supportive systems with a band that wraps around. All of that is important for one reason and one reason alone, is because when you try to grab something and you're trying to pull it, see that? That muscle gets engaged, okay? There it is, right? It rotates that, and then you need this to pull it in, all right? So if any of that area is weak, muscular-wise, you have problem. If any of those, if you got good muscles, but you haven't built the tendons and the ligaments, what else happens? you will get hurt. That's why some people bust their connection to their biceps. That's why some people, rip the connective tissue, not the muscle, because they're pushing on the weight really hard, right, and all of that beautiful stuff, and then they get injured. Okay, so you can see, I learned all of this because in my younger years, I used to do a lot of boxing, right? So that's a lot of repetitive, pop, 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 pop. And over time, you just do stupid things when you're young and don't know enough and don't eat right. Things get damaged. Okay, now you have that story. So, beginner level, okay, this is just beginner level. What you're gonna do is you're gonna find something that's about, your hip height, so you can push, all right? And you're gonna do this, all right? So you're gonna be pushing, and you're gonna put pressure, and then you're gonna drop, and you're gonna pull, and I'll show you from behind, right? So you're gonna be here, and what you wanna do is you wanna open up those two plates, you wanna separate those and push down. So you're gonna be up here, you're gonna push down and separate, okay? And you do this on here, so I'm gonna lean into it, pick myself up, and now I'm pushing, and now down and separate, right? So now I can go a little bit further, and this is where your abs kick in. The higher you can go, and the further you can lean forward, the better it is for you. If you're a beginner, I just showed you, that's gonna hurt your wrist, it's gonna hurt your shoulder, it's gonna hurt your side, because you've never done it before. So let's just focus. You can grab it on the side, it doesn't matter. And you wanna get your toes off the ground, right? Here I am touching the ground. I am no longer touching the ground, right? Now that I'm there, I wanna go up, up. What you don't wanna do is do this, okay? Because that's tricep work. What you wanna do is put the pressure on the shoulder, and it will look like this from the front. Turn this just a little bit. Okay, I'm doing this because a couple of people requested this information, and so here it is. So now you're you're forward. See that? So you're gonna collapse your chest, and you push up. Okay, and then if you want to go further up, you pull. Okay. You can start with if you can't do that, you can start by just leaning and pull yourself up, right? You're basically grabbing and you're trying to do this. Even if your feet are on the ground and because you can't do that other movement, that's okay. You start with that. The other option is to can lean back, all right? And what most people do is they curl over it, okay? It's I've tried to teach this to other people and they do it incorrectly. So let me show you. What you wanna do is get on your toes, okay? Stick your chest out and go high, and you wanna lean into it, right? So it's gonna be a little bit of tricep work, and then you push. You see, when people stop right here, and then what they do is they're doing this number, and they're bending at the waist. What you want to do is lock your arms, and then you want to go a little bit further. You see that rotation? Chest comes up, and I push my shoulders away. Then I drop. There it is, okay? The objective here is to try and build this and the upper chest at first, okay? So you're gonna start here. And you can do 50. If you can do 100 of these, you wanna push through, okay? Don't stop here. You gotta stop here. like that, okay? That'll build this, it'll build this. You wanna get to be able to do 50 without a problem. If you can do 100, it's even better. So that's beginning stage to rebuild the shoulder girdle. Now we got some more complex things with resistance bands and all kinds of other stuff that I can show you at another video. But this one, I just wanted to show you, give you the anatomy of the muscle, the functionality behind it. And so you're going to benefit. You're going to start seeing that your abs going to get tightened. If you got lower back problems, it'll take care of lower back problems. If you have shoulder problems, 100% is going to take care of it. You just got to be able to take your time. When you get to that point where you're up here, right, you want to be able to hold that for a good half a minute up here, okay? Like that. At your highest level. 30 seconds is gonna seem like a world of time. With that being said, to your health, my name is Hector Brito, and I'm sharing this just because I've learned to recuperate and heal my own self. I've had a lot of tendon problems, a lot of connective tissue issues, never broken a bone, and I hope this helps. I'm sure it will. I don't hope, I know it will, because if you put it into practice and you do this for 1 month, I guarantee you, you're gonna be a different person. Give it a try.